Thank you, everyone. We'll continue today's session with defender Jack Maher. Jack, you become a common face on the starting 11 recently. Tell us about how you've reached this point and what you're looking forward to Sunday's game.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes into just sort of the trust that I've been able to get from the guys around me, whether it's Walker, Alex. I think is someone that over the course of these last few games I've really been able to have a good connection with. And I think we've been good up this right hand side. Just the communication between me and him, whether it's on the field, off the field, has been very positive, and I see similar aspects of his game that are comparable to Alistair's and stuff, something like that. So it's always good playing with people you know, people you like, and he's always going to bring out the best in me. So I think that's sort of the relationships have been important, and hopefully we continue that for games to come.
Thank you, Jack. We'll now open the floor for questions. We'll begin with Tim Sullivan. Tim?
Jack, your first 2 years in the league were obviously atypical. So finally having the chance to come and play in a home stadium, what was that experience like, and what was the atmosphere like?
This place was absolutely incredible. I mean, from the first minute just walking into the stadium, people were already there, loud, just waiting to get in. And that was first and foremost. They carried that energy throughout the whole entire game, and it was one of the loudest atmospheres that I've ever been a part of. And that's going to be such an advantage for us moving forward. The fan support and everything that really encompasses what we're trying to build as the castle. And I just can't be more thankful for them to continue to come out, continue to support us, and hopefully we have environments like this for games on.
Thank you, Jack. We'll continue with Ben Wright.
Yeah, Jack, obviously you guys have been really strong at home since you guys started in MLS. I'm curious, everybody's talked about the atmosphere and just how incredible it is, but how do you take advantage of that in kind of a new environment and carry over that home field advantage from Nissan to GEODIS Park?
Yeah, we absolutely feel that we should win every single game, but clearly games aren't going to go the way that you want it to all the time. They're going to sometimes score first like they did in the Philly game, but especially being at home, whenever we would concede, and there was something that happened quite a few times last year, I'm telling you, the fans were able to sort of get behind us, rally with us, and we just felt this internal belief that it doesn't matter what happens, we're going to find a way to get a result out of this game, if not win it. And I think a lot of that is attributed to the fans' belief, the fan support, and always being in the game. And I think that's one of their best qualities.
Jack, you mentioned the castle, and you guys are finally in it. And now that you're in this new quarter of the season, essentially after finally coming home, you personally, and speaking with Gary, and as well as the team in general, do you guys have specific goals in place for this stretch? Not just Sunday marks this slew of games, both not only in the weekend but in the week, midweek as well. Do you guys have any goals?
Yeah, we normally try and break these things up. Gary always puts out certain targets, whether it's whether you're home or away, and it's crazy the amount of guys that we have behind the scenes in our analyst team that can kind of break down exactly the amount of points that you need each game and magic numbers and all these things that we talked about getting into the playoffs last year. Gary's been so good on keeping us driven, keeping us focused on each game at hand. And as players, we go in trying to win every single game. So it's really sort of above our heads the exact points that we need to get. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because every game that I play in, every game that we play in, we're trying to get 3 points. And at the end of the day, that really is all that matters.
Tim Sullivan with a follow-up question.
Jack, you mentioned Philly scoring first on last Sunday. What do you do from a mental perspective as a defender to kind of, wipe the slate and say, there's nothing we can do about that one. Let's just go out and do what we can to help the team, which you guys did on Sunday, ultimately come back and potentially even win it going forward.
Yeah, growing up, whenever we had something like this happen, I think it was my baseball coach way back in the day that actually said, hey, regardless of it, flush it. And that was his line, flush it. If something bad happens, regardless of what it is, it's over, you can't change it, and it's your response that's always going to be more valuable. And that's one of the things that, especially we're having academy kids come in and train, it's so important to get over those humps, because mistakes and you're gonna concede, that's part of the game. And so it's always about your response, how you deal with it, and how you can get back in the game and try and find a way to win.